I'm sitting here with a James Naismith statue outside the Campus Union, who's celebrating his 15th anniversary this year. Everyone sees Naismith in the center of campus every day, but how much do they really know about him? Let's go find out.
After approaching, I made sure to throw in a couple extra layers myself. Here's what other students are doing to prepare. To find out about more exciting events on campus, follow at SCPrideCab on Instagram. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Liam Reilly.
Standing here on the senior walk, as a senior myself, I decided to give some of my own advice. If you keep putting in the effort, then success will find its way to you. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Liam Reilly. So James, what was it like inventing basketball? Talk about a slam dunk. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Liam Reilly.
Wildfires continue to plague California, with residents stuck in a mandatory evacuation or shelter-in-place orders. The raging fires are spreading rapidly overnight in the mountains of Malibu, leaving college students in the area stranded where they are as they near the last week of the semester. SCTV3's Kyle Valentine has more on the situation. Campus activities held an event titled Winter Wonderland in the Campus Union this past Friday. Delegations from the U.S. and Russia met in Saudi Arabia Tuesday for the first day of talks about ending the war in Ukraine, and both sides said that the talks were productive. Noticeably, there were not any Ukrainian representatives present. SCTV3's Caitlin Kupiak has more. The NFL's decision to allow players to wear Guardian caps in games this season has sparked some debate on what the future of the caps can be. Still, the NCAA has no such rules enforcing teams to wear them, including here at Springfield College. SCTV3's Nick Panchages talked to members of the football team and athletic training department to get insight about the potential use of the Guardian cap beyond just the pros. WNBA Finals begins with some controversy after players and coaches openly criticized league officials and the WNBA commissioner. It reached a head last week when Nafisa Collier, who is also vice president of the Players Union, was injured in the playoffs. SCTV3's Lanaya Delgado has more. The sounds you just heard were the howls of timberwolves, two of the 225 animal residents at the Forest Park Zoo and Education Center in Springfield. The zoo's opening day for the 2026 season is March 28th. Most of the species at the Forest Park Zoo are deemed as non-releasable to the wild due to injury, illness, permanent disability, kept as pets, or other factors.
So with that switch from the traditional zoo model to taking in mostly non-releasable native wildlife, we aim to teach the public about the animals that surround them. And our hope is that they'll not only learn the animals' place in the ecosystem, but also the role humans play in the ecosystem and how that affects the natural wildlife around them.
Introduced in 1894, the Forest Park Zoo is a nonprofit organization governed by the Forest Park Zoological Society. A few years ago, the zoo transitioned from a traditional zoo model to taking in non-releasable native wildlife. The zoo's mission is to inspire the Springfield community to respect and value the natural world through education, conservation, and rehabilitation. Education programs are offered for both children and adults of all age groups. Some of the programs includes Kids Go Wild, an award-winning program that brings animals to schools and community centers, and guided enrichment tours that allow visitors to meet ambassador animals that serve as representatives for their species.
It's very important to let the public have access to seeing the animal ambassadors that we home here at the zoo. This might be the only chance that they have to see some of the animals that we home here. And a lot of those species that are native also live in their own backyard. So by learning about the animals around them, it creates peaceful coexistence between humans and wildlife. It keeps wildlife safe and it keeps humans interested and playing a role in conservation efforts around them.
Atlas and Cassie are two coyotes that call Forest Park home. Atlas was only a few days old when he was pulled out of his den as a pup, affecting the physical development of his back leg and causing impairment to his vision. Cassie arrived at Forest Park in 2018. Like Atlas, she suffered injuries as a pup that the lasting effects would lead to the amputation of her back leg. Emily G. Bauer, the director of animal care, is one of Cassie's main keepers and shared how the zoo cares for an unreleasable animal like Cassie.
Cassie is kind of particular about the people that she likes, but there are a couple of the keepers that have put in a lot of time with her. And her daily care now includes like cuddling here and there, especially with me, and play. So she has, the snow is obscuring a lot of it now, but she has a lot of toys, a lot of stuffed animals, a lot of squeaky toys, a lot of other dog toys that she gets to use every day. And the keepers will really actively play with her. She gets really riled up and has a lot of fun.
Eric Schroeder, a facilities manager, has been at the zoo since 2017. In his role, Schroeder fixes equipment used for the animals' enclosures. Being able to give the animals a home is rewarding for Schroeder and the rest of the staff.
A lot of these animals would be wild but can't because of either their injuries or some other reason. And so to be able to provide a home for them and to make it as comfortable as possible and provide enrichment and things like that really gives us a chance to like make these animals' lives fulfilling, which then makes our lives fulfilling.
While the zoo wishes that all animals were able to be rehabilitated and released into the wild, they understand that isn't the case. However, the staff works hard to provide a healthy, happy, and permanent home for those animals and uses the opportunity to educate guests and hope that they will be impacted to become wildlife advocates.
We are hoping that when guests come here, they leave with maybe a new passion for wildlife, maybe they leave with enthusiasm to contribute to the conservation efforts around them. And in doing so, it really gives everybody a piece in that in the ecosystem of wildlife conservation to take home with them and contribute in whatever way they can.
After speaking with Gabri, the snow picked up, so I returned to the zoo a few days later to get a better idea of what opening day next month will look like.
This is Farah. She arrived to the Forest Park Zoo in 2022 after moving from another facility and needing surgery for contracted tendons. Now she lives a happy and healthy life at the Forest Park Zoo. If you're interested in seeing Farah on opening day, the zoo's address is 293 Sumner Ave and is open from 10 to 4. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Liam Reilly.
Thanksgiving is one of the more popular holidays celebrated with a feast of many foods. One of those foods is pie. For the last 2 weeks, the Club Ultimate Frisbee team has been selling pies in the campus union. The pie sale is a fundraiser that helps raise money for team activities. The pies are supplied by Rice's Fruit Farm, a local business in Wilbraham.
It's so great to be able to have a local business help us and support our team, especially being a club team on campus. It really helps us with our tournaments and being able to support our merch sales.
Yeah, I think it's been successful in the regard that, it's not like I'm just swapping one customer for another. Someone that's going to come buy the pie here anyways. A lot of these people don't live locally. They live, down in Connecticut or Rhode Island or wherever the case may be, eastern part of Massachusetts, and they're able to take the pie back with them.
Rice's Fruit Farm is located on 757 Main Street. With the holiday season approaching, the store has been baking pies daily, which can be found in display near the entrance. They have several types of pies such as peach and fruit of the forest. Maloney shared how the store has been preparing for the holiday season.
Busiest day of the year is the day before Thanksgiving. We are closed on Thanksgiving. But yeah, we're getting the supplies, we're getting the boxes, we're getting the bags, we're setting up tables, we're lining up crew. We're going to be working around the clock.
For those interested to come into Rice's to buy pie for Thanksgiving, they're open Sunday to Thursday from 6 to 7 and then Friday and Saturday 6 to 8. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Liam Reilly. For the first time in 10 years, Public Safety is bringing back their Citizens Police Academy. The program consists of 3-hour classes that run every Wednesday. Some of the class topics include CPR/first aid certification, K9 demonstration, and defensive tactics. The most recent class focused on how to respond to an active attack. Officers from Public Safety led the class and went over ways of how to react in an active attack situation. This included practicing tying tourniquets and officers demonstrating how to assess a threat with plastic firearms. Students from the class feel that the program is a valuable learning experience.
Active attack situations, so teaching you like tourniquet application, combat gauze, and a couple other things like that. It's great to know these extra skills, and I'm looking forward to getting to the hands-on stuff because that's the fun stuff. You get to do ride-alongs and stuff like that. So I'm real excited.
Like a lot of real-world application, especially me, someone who wants to go into law enforcement. I think there's a lot of stuff that I could, carry over into like when I'm in the academy or when I'm actually on the job someday.
The Citizens Police Academy program is overseen by Sergeant Ian Curtis. After watching how well received the program was at his prior agency, Curtis implemented the classes to help students understand the daily work of a police officer. Curtis spoke on why teaching classes like the Active Shooter Response course is important.
It's critical for people to be prepared for these types of events. So the more information that we can get out to our student body and have prepared individuals with a skill set ready to go, it just helps mitigate, God forbid, something like that were ever to happen on campus. Along with that, there's a lot more classes that go along with this program that teach other things such as decision-making ability under stress, how the police department would respond to certain things, and how general police departments would respond to certain things.
If you're interested in attending the program, the next class is Wednesday night from 6 to 9. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Liam Reilly.